Hello my loves and welcome to another reading. If you're new to the channel, my name is Yannika and I do tarot readings, and I always like to invite you in the beginning, before we start the reading, before we start to, receive the messages that are coming down for us today or coming up from Mother Earth. To just tune into our heart spaces. That's where all the information kind of meets and mingles. And then personally, I feel like that's a beautiful space to be in, to receive messages. It also helps you resonate and understand what is for you and what might not be for you. So yeah. And before we do a little heart meditation, I just want to talk about the new moon that is happening tomorrow, Tuesday, and it's new moon in Gemini. So for me, the energy, it's a lot about the throat chakra. It's a lot about communication. The Gemini, is a master communicator. And also it understands like the duality of like good and bad and how to use our words. Like kind of like a sword, you yield your words when necessary, not to just randomly try to hurt someone, or randomly, or to even butter up someone unnecessarily to get what you need, because that is also a form of kind of using the power of words, maybe in a way that's not in alignment with the heart or with truth. So yeah, interesting energies. New moon is also the time to kind of plant some seeds for the next season. It's a time when some women bleed, me included. So yeah, it's interesting. I used to bleed on the full moon. That was my cycle for a really long time, and then it started shifting when I moved to Portugal, and now living in France. We'll see what happens. It's exciting how the body is so cyclical, and how that cyclicity then like affects almost like everything that we do, honestly. And yeah, tuning in with the body and with the nature is also an amazing invitation to live more cyclically and to make peace with impermanence. Every season is unique in its own, and you'll never repeat it. So there's an invitation to cherish every moment and every season in its beautiful uniqueness. So yeah. All right, so let's tune into the heart for a little bit, and then we'll continue with the reading. So if you feel like placing your hands on your heart space and just closing your eyes for a little bit, we'll take 3 cycles of breath in together, and then we'll continue on to seeing what the cards have in store for us today. Right, so breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, letting go of whatever no longer serves. Breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. And one more cycle of breath in through your nose. If you feel like sighing it out, please do so. All right. Let's go. So I haven't done a reading with this deck for a long time, but I felt called to today. It's called the Della Nui Oracle, and it's all about fairy tales. I'm a huge fan of fairy tales, as you might have guessed if you watched this channel for a little bit longer. Yeah, but it kind of highlights or brings forward the messages of like the deeper layers of the fairy tales, which I really like. Because sometimes I have the tendency to be in this like pink bubble of like, wow, everything's perfect, everything's amazing, and like love and light, woo! And that's such a beautiful, loving space to be in, but there can be this element of like bypassing my throat chakra, bypassing kind of the things that are not serving you. And sometimes that has resulted in me staying in spaces or with people or places longer than I should have, because I wasn't like really listening. I was just kind of, my friend says this so beautifully, shout out to Upama if you're watching, taking a, you know, there's like a red flag and you take a beige crayon and you paint the flag pink. Oh, beige. And then you're just like, wow, it's so pretty. And, you know, there's a time and space for that. And then there's a time and space of like seeing the red flag and be like, okay, I gotta move. I gotta bounce. This is not working for me. It's a hell no. It's a fuck no. And I haven't been very good at that in the past because I've been, you know, wanting to be in this like little fairy tale bubble. So yeah, so this deck has really helped me to be like, oh, okay, yeah, actually, time to make moves. So yeah, and it's very interesting that I got this deck in Portugal, and I felt really guided to get a deck with a fairy, and I found this one, and this is the blue fairy from Pinocchio, who makes Pinocchio into a real boy. But that's besides the point. The point is that I started to get a lot of messages about France before moving here, and this was one of them. There's also like a poster of like Cannes Film Festival in my bathroom where I was staying, and just all these like little hints. I kept meeting people from France, and the universe was telling me like, okay, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to leave Portugal. But there was a part of me that was like not ready to let go of that story of me living there, of that like chapter, and I was unwilling to move. So then the universe conspired it so that I really had to move, or it was time to go. So yeah, just a little message of like, if you are getting like these little signs of going somewhere or, you know, visiting a place, like trust it. It's the universe speaking with you and letting you know what's next, whether you like it or not. No, just joking. The universe will be super gentle with you, I trust. And yeah, and if we don't listen, then the universe will try a little bit harder to get us to listen. But it's nothing to be afraid of. Alrighty, so this card I want to pull for the next season, for the next chapter, that starts tomorrow. All right. So. This one. Oh, all right. Interesting. Okay. So it's the Hansel and Gretel card. Okay. Well, for me, like what comes up, it's also number 12. Maybe that might be significant for you. It's this energy of, you know, you like Hansel and Gretel, they were left in like a really unfortunate situation by their parents, like led into the forest and then left there But they were smart. They left little breadcrumbs. But then that didn't work out. That's how I remember the story went. But anyway, so then all of a sudden in the woods, they see this like house made of like candy and gingerbread. And they're like, wow, it's a dream come true. And they go in, and then there's this wicked witch that tries to get them all fat and to eat them. If I'm butchering the story, please let me know in the comments, but this is like my recollection of it. So yeah, what the message could be here is like sometimes some things like might seem super sweet and like, you know, like too good to be true. That there might be some energies lurking there that are not for your highest good. And you know, there's a part of me that wants to say that like, you know, we'll be guided to avoid things like this, but then there's a part of me that's like recently learned that through some rough experiences, that even though I have listened to my heart, even though I have been in my truth, like things have still happened that have felt really difficult, and there have still been like big challenges. And just because we're in tune to our heart and intuition doesn't mean that we won't be faced with difficulty. And I've been really tuning into this energy and asking God, like, okay, but why? Because I don't like it, it's hard. And the message that I've been getting is that, like, you know, there needs to be this like tension, like friction, or kind of like resistance, so that there's growth, so that you're able to, so that I've been able to, you know, really see what I'm made of, really see like how I act. Oh, hi Marlene, he's hunting. How I act in difficult situations, and how I show up when I'm faced with injustice or unfair behavior or downright, you know, disrespect. And the message is always that it's not personal. You never deserve any of it. We don't deserve to be lured in, you know, because our hearts are trusting and we want the best for ourselves. We don't deserve to be met with people who have ill intentions, or people who are there to take advantage of our pure love. Like, we never deserve that. That is not the message. These are just opportunities for us to really see and witness our strength, and to overcome the obstacles, and trust that, like, yeah, we will be victorious in the end, and that the challenge is there for our growth. And for our evolution. This kind of reminds me, I don't know if you've seen the movie Wonka, the one with Timothy Chalamet, the new one. It's so good. It just, wow, like, you know, Willy Wonka is this like pure creature of love, and, you know, wanting to make chocolates and wanting to, you know, bring magic into the world. And then there's all these people who just try to like fucking excuse my language, come at him, because he is remarkable, he's amazing. So if you, with this new season, phase, you know, these forces that try to like bring you down or try to steer you away from your path, like, trust that it's only because you are so amazing. Like, they wouldn't come for you if you weren't amazing. And you are given these challenges and these obstacles because God trusts you to be able to handle them. And, you know, we can, I personally like, you know, I always like don't want to be the victim. I don't know, I like have this resistance, and it's like a shadow of mine. I don't want to be seen as the victim, but sometimes, like, yeah, I am the victim. Sometimes shit has happened to me, and sometimes I get to be in that state of like, wow, that was not okay, and I deserve better. But I also don't need to like live in that state of victimhood. I can go there, you know, feel sorry for myself and just really, you know, acknowledge that there has been an injustice that has happened to me and I didn't deserve that. And the resistance and the the kind of ill intentions of others, they made me stronger. So thank you. Thank you. And yeah, it wasn't cool, it wasn't alright, but I still thank you for giving me a chance to grow. So yeah, for the next season, keep in mind that if there is something that happens where, you know, you feel like, oh, okay, something's not right here, how can you meet that with like, okay, how can this be a chance for me to grow? How can this be a chance for me to show up for myself? And be in even more love. There's a beautiful prayer that I do often. It's from the founder of Gene Keys. It's called the Our Lady Prayer, and one of the parts of the prayer is help me learn through your grace to return all non-love with love. And that is hard sometimes, not gonna lie. But I keep returning to that prayer often when times are difficult, and maybe there's a message or some solace there that you needed to hear too. You deserve the absolute best. You really, really do. You deserve love and kindness and support and magic in this life. And sometimes there are people who will project their own pain onto you. That's not okay, but that can be an opportunity for you to become a stronger person. And that is magical and beautiful. All right. And also, like, I want to say that, like, after they kick out, like, the evil witch, and also, like, as with people, like, not all witches had great intentions, you know. Yeah, I just want to say that. So, like, some of the fairy tales, like, you know, I don't like that witches are always painted as bad, being a witch myself, but I also can recognize that, like, yeah, some of them were not into doing cool shit. So, like, yeah. So I really hope that they defeated the witch in this one and they got to live in a candy house, or like the witch apologized and like became their friend and they lived happily ever after. That's my Delulu Salulu for this fairy tale for your next season. So yeah, unexpected things can happen when you show up in love and you refuse to go to war with people, when you refuse to match their energy. Because if, you know, you are sinking to the level of where other people are, then, you know, it's just an eye for an eye makes the world blinder. So, yeah. Keep your eyes open, your heart open, and protect your energy. Yay! I want to take a spirit animal for the next season, for this next chapter. How long ever that might be. I feel like this reading is for like, at the time when you're watching this, for like the next month. Yeah, this is for the next month. Alright, so this is my animal spirit pocket guide. So let's see. God spirit, what animal is with us for the next month to guide us and give us their wisdom? Oh, aha! I love this one. It's the wolf spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I want to read this one. It's number 67. plus 7 is 13. In tarot, that's death or Scorpio. So like something new. There we go. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Wolf Spirit leads you deep into the enchanted forest that holds the secret to your life. Can you sense her beckoning you to follow, asking you to take all you have learned and all you are learning and make it yours? Can you integrate it all into your body, mind, and spirit? Whatever lessons you learned along the way, do not leave them unexamined. Be loyal to your dreams, to your soul, and to turning knowledge into wisdom and experience into magic. You are the one you have been waiting for. Be still and know that the sound of your heart beats in harmony with the whole world. The appearance of Wolf Spirit is an auspicious omen that says you are truly in alignment with your destiny. Oh. There's also a protection message when we go into the dark woods. All right. What is unknown is still yet to be discovered. When Wolf Spirit appears, you are being told not to pretend you know something when you don't. You won't impress anyone with a little bit of knowledge. In fact, you rob yourself of a true experience and education if you tell yourself you are done learning or you don't have to know something. Be open, be humble, be teachable. And the world will open itself up for you like magic. Now is the time to look into the world with reverence and awe and an insatiable curiosity. You will never grow old if you are willing to keep learning. Wolf Spirit is waiting to be your mystical, loving guide. Oh, oh, I love this. And I love wolves. Oh, yes. So beautiful. What a magical message. Yeah, and just sometimes, you know, we need to step into these situations with, like Hansel and Gretel, like, you know, just kind of raw and vulnerable. And then that way, not only do we learn when we're met with resistance and obstacles, but we also like really get to experience how protected and loved and guided we are by the divine and Mother Nature. Alrighty. Oh, beautiful. And then, so finally, I wanted to end this reading with a unicorn card. If you're new to the channel, I love unicorns. I just do. They're the best. And they're just so sweet and pure and just innocent. And I like that vibe. Just pure love. And just look at this. Yeah. Unicorns also relate to Mother Mary. She's been very prominent in my recent journey in Portugal and now in France. I went to this beautiful church yesterday, kind of abandoned, I'm not sure, but it was really just magical. And there was a statue of Mother Mary on top of the scaffold, or not scaffolding, but the roof of the church, when you enter. And then what really sparked joy in me was that next to the church were two houses. On the left there was this house that was the garden was full of roses, the most roses I've ever seen in such a small space. It was incredible, truly a magical garden. Whoever made that happen, my hat's off to you. You are a magician. And then on the right side, the more masculine side, there was this very proper house. No flowers, but trees, everything neatly trimmed. And I thought it was such a fun masculine feminine polarity on either side of the church. So yeah, it was really cool. And I just, yeah, the roses really represent Mother Mary to me. It's in the like Western traditions, the rose is kind of like the lotus, so it's like the divine flower that keeps on unfolding, the flower of life. So yeah. And I often I feel the energy of Mother Mary when I tap into the energy of unicorns. So yep, maybe that resonated with you. Maybe roses or Mother Mary or something of that will be in your field, will be there for you to guide you and make you feel unconditionally loved and blessed. So yeah. All right, let's take a final unicorn card, a message. Okay, that one. Oh, interesting. So it's change. Wow, I haven't gotten this one yet from this deck. Wow. I feel like there's a theme, like it's kind of like maybe coming out of the forest. Maybe this is like the end. Coming to a gate. And where does the gate lead? I don't know, maybe a castle? Okay. So the changes that you're going through are positive. Thank you, unicorns. The messages are always like super just simple and like loving and kind of like duh, but like there's so much magic and simplicity. I feel like reading this one as well. At times we're afraid of making changes because we don't know what will happen in the future. This card wants you to know that the changes you're going through are for the best. You're walking through a gate into a new life. Don't worry about your future because it's all going to work out just fine. These changes come in part because you're growing older. You like different things now compared to when you were younger. It's okay for you to change because change is a part of life. In the same way, your friends and family members will change as they grow older. You're all letting go of things that no longer work well for you, and you're bringing in the new. Even though these changes may seem to make your family and friends act differently, in the end, everyone will be closer. You'll make new friends through these changes too. Yet, even happy life changes can create stress that affects your body, energy, and moods. So it's more important than ever to take good care of yourself by getting enough sleep, exercise, and time for play. Also, talking about your feelings with friends and family members can help. This card may also be asking you to change something in your life that's making you unhappy or unhealthy. For example, changing a habit or a relationship. The first thing that you think about is correct. So if something popped into your mind while I was reading that, it's that. It always is that. First thing. Ask your angels, the unicorns, and your friends and family members to help you with this change if it feels difficult or frightening. Support is very important during the times of change. If you can learn to enjoy life's changes, you'll enjoy life itself much more. That was a beautiful little storyline that we got. So, yeah. Go into the woods, don't be afraid. You have your wolf guide, and change is coming, and it will be for the best, and you will be supported along the way. Alrighty, that was it for today. So if you want to tap deeper into magic and you like these readings and you like, getting messages from the cards, I have made something very special. It's called 8 Days of Magik, and it's like a little mini course. The only purpose of it is to enjoy your life and to be in magic. You will gain wisdom, but I don't think you will learn anything. by doing it, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's a fun little course where you get to pick a card or a guide every day and for 8 days, and then you just make space for magic to unfold. And if that sounds good for you, if that sounds like something you feel like doing for the next 8 days, I'll post a link in the description below. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. And yeah, like this video if you found the messages resonating, comment if something came up for you. I always love reading the comments and, you know, connecting with everyone. And subscribe if you're new. And yeah, that's it. I'm sending you so much love and blessings, and, you know, for you to be surrounded by, you know, the wolf spirit, unicorns, Mother Mary during these times, during this full moon, new moon, and just to enjoy all the new things that are coming up, as it is summer and it's time for, you know, things to just grow and, you know, fruits and berries to pop up. So yeah, it's time for us to grow as well as humans, as we are part of nature. So yeah, leaving it at that. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Mwah! Until next time, bye.